And my changelings look like this and swallow babies, while the D&D ones look like this. If all of my stuff is based on my homebrew D&D games, how come none of the races look the same? These are my forest elves, and these are D&D's forest elves. These are D&D orcs, these are Warhammer orcs, and these are my orcs. These are tieflings, and these are my versions of tieflings called Brimborn. So why is everything so different? And the simple answer is, well, because I write mangas based on my D&D games, so I have to make sure the IP is safe. Because, well, if I just started kind of ripping off races and species, then I could open myself up for legal action. And as some of you may remember, back in the day, Wizards of the Coast used to be kind of lenient on a lot of their stuff. But as we saw with the OGL license and all that, the landscape officially changed with that. Wizards of the Coast was no longer a safe company to really be doing third-party work off of. And while Games Workshop was never a safe company to be even getting close to their IP with, Wizards of the Coast typically didn't have that reputation, but now it does. And that means creators like myself that want to use our homebrew D&D games as inspiration for creative works need to be a lot more cognizant on how close we are to that medium. Oh, I went as far as to change the word class to classifications and changed how druids work, shamans work, crusaders, paladins. All of them operate completely dependently on something different than the original D&D magic system. Not out of a need to wanting to be more unique or complex, but because I want to make sure myself and my works are protected. Like, for example, my magic system here is inspired by the weave, which is described as a blanket that sits across and on everything. But mine is called the Mistress, powered by Yang, the conduit of positive negative energy, and operates like radio waves, penetrating through everything. Hell, and while I always loved a good cleric, I ended up taking the Dark Souls approach to how we cast divine magic by having him recite stories from the holy text. In my world, I answered the age-old question, does a divine caster have to worship a god? Well, at least in my world, yes, you have to worship a divine being capable of fostering a divine magic output. Some people may have looked at my Deep Star Crow series and said, that's a blood hunter right there. And while I completely get what y'all are going for right there, but there's only two inspirations for the Deep Stalker Crows. And that would be The Witcher and the absolutely goated series Bloodborne. But this is what inspiration is fueled by. Like, we take something that we love and cherish and then we make it our own. Like, do you know how crazy it is that we took D&D games and turned them into mangas? Now, I use my journey, my creative journey, to inspire others. Do you know how many messages I get where I am told, hey, I want to write my story now? Dude, your world building is so immersed, like it's inspirational. Can you imagine what those people are going to do? Take my books, take my world building that I took from D&D, Bloodborne, The Witcher, Warhammer, and then go and make their own. Find some way to put their own unique twist on it. Like, that is amazing. And if you do think you have a story to tell, you do. Just go out there and do it, and don't be a ditty. Yeah, I'm throwing shade at the Motoko Tensei fans, but that's what I gotta do.